You are hereby advised that the tips, tactics, stunts, and tricks displayed on our videos are performed by professionals in controlled environments, such as closed ranges. Do not attempt to duplicate, recreate, or perform any of these at home, as personal injury or property damage may result. The producer of this video is not responsible for any such injury or damage.
What's up, Z.E.R.T Nation? Mr. Chico here again, doing Coffee and Hate, talking about rope talk. We're going to go off on a tangent real quick, talk a little bit about swift water, and specifically not going into swift water. Here in Vegas, you know the city is basically a giant bowl. When it rains, it floods always. The local officials have done a really good job of creating flood channels and kind of directing that water out of the city, but it never fails that when it rains, there's always swift water rescues, there's always people getting themselves in trouble. And just want to cover a couple things today, just show a couple pictures and talk about things to worry about and things to watch for and things not to take to chance. So water's scary, bottom line. Mother Nature's going to kill you first chance she gets. Water's scary. It only takes a couple of inches to move a car. We just recently did an operation up in Utah. Very bad numbers came out of that because of water and mud and surprise flash floods. So these pictures here specifically, these popped up on the Vegas news sites. I wanted to point out a couple things that you see regarding water, swift water, flooding, things like that. So we'll start with this picture here. And what you have here, it's a street intersection. There's a car trying to forge the water. Looks like maybe 2 inches of water, something like that. But the key thing and the very scary thing about this photo that you need to take into consideration anytime you encounter swift water is what's going on right here. Okay, might be a little bit hard to see in the camera filming, but we're going to throw an image up there so you can see it a little bit more detailed. What you have here is you have a big open manhole. The actual manhole cover is here, a good 3-4 feet away from the actual hole. Right here you have a bunch of water bubbling up. Now, how do you suppose that manhole got over there? What happens when it floods in your sewer system? The pressure equalizes in the sewer system, making this manhole cover extremely light. It'll float right off the top of the manhole, a couple feet away. Now what you have here is a pit, okay? And if somebody were to be walking across this intersection, or say their car gets stuck right here and they decide to get out, if they take one step and go in that manhole cover that's now exposed, not much we can do for them. So be mindful of that. You know, you might only see a couple inches of water, but that's enough to knock a manhole cover off and possibly put you in danger. Don't chance it, don't risk it. The other photo we want to show here is another part of Las Vegas. And what you have here is you have a family crossing the street. And at this point, there's not a lot of water. You know, who's to say there's not more water coming from upstream? Who's to say, you know, as they get closer to the curb here, the road sinks down, more water. But what's scary about this is these people are really in a lot of danger, okay? You have here, you can see there's a mother. She's wearing flip-flops. She's got a 32-ounce Big Gulp or something, a baby in one hand, a toddler in the other, and then another toddler walking a forehead. Now, this is scary because it doesn't take much water to knock someone over. Only a couple inches will knock you flat on your butt. Now, one of these kids get hit with a stream, some more water comes and knocks them away, that's going to be an issue. Don't chance it. Don't cross moving water. Don't risk it. It gets really bad, it gets really dangerous, it gets really scary, and most importantly, it's extremely deadly. So anytime you encounter swift water situations, avoid them as much as possible. One of the rules I have when I teach swift water rescue courses and talk about it is, you know, in terms of swift water rescue, 80% of it is done outside of water. Once you start putting people in the water to rescue people, then you've already gotten past a threshold where it's starting to be an issue and a much bigger risk. We're going to be offering some swift water rescue courses coming up here in the next couple months, partnering up with a couple Z.E.R.T teams. I encourage you guys to check them out. You can learn a lot, specifically how dangerous water is, things to look out for. There's things once you get the training, you know, keeping a throw bag or something in your car, a rescue rated PFD or any kind of PFD, can give you just enough skills and enough knowledge to help people in times of need. But again, with swift water, be very careful with it. Be mindful of hazards like this, open manhole covers, that not a lot of water can move a car. As you guys remember, a couple years back, XP001 coming back from the Comic-Con, they got hit out of the blue, and it became a very scary, very dangerous situation very quick. So be mindful of it. Look for the classes coming up. I encourage you guys to take them. They're a lot of fun, and there's a lot of learning to be had.
ZERT is a worldwide membership-based organization that uses zombie as a metaphor for any natural or man-made disaster that could occur in our lifetime. Your zombie could be hurricanes, tornadoes, floods, a deadly force encounter, or civil unrest. ZERT is about being prepared, trained, and most importantly, armed with the proper mindset to see you and your family through to safety. ZERT is not just an organization. It's a lifestyle. ZERTNation.com